All right, everyone, welcome back to the Real South Africa. We have a great episode for you today. As you guys already know, we like to bring a lot of people from the U.S., and every once in a while, they want to testify and tell their story and just kind of give their first reactions to their time here in South Africa. So obviously, we oblige and we make sure everybody who wants to talk and those who don't, hey, that's fine. We're glad you came and visited. But Sharon decided to tell her story and tell the reason why she came to South Africa. So if you will, go ahead and take a moment, check this video out. Of course, stay with the Real South Africa. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel and stay with us. This is going to be an amazing story, and it starts out with a poem. So stay with us. Oh yes, the movement has started. America, or Americans, or African Americans are coming back to South Africa. We are forming a movement, and as we already know, we have been talking about coming back to Africa for hundreds of years, and just recently we have been finding new ways to come back home, come to South Africa in particular, in our case. But of course, we always advocate anyone who's looking at coming to Africa or going back home to Africa to do so, regardless of where you find yourself. But I will say to you that people have been coming here for an extended period of time. Unfortunately, it really hasn't been us. However, we are coming. And those that come and, like I said, tell their stories, we truly, truly appreciate it. So, once we tell our story, then other people can come. They will hear it. They will say, wow, that's an amazing story. I want my own story. And then, of course, they can come and contact us and visit for themselves. But this is a grassroots movement. So this is something that everyone needs to kind of take this video, pass it along to other people via, all your social medias. We would truly appreciate it. And of course, coming here is absolutely a beautiful space, a beautiful location. And of course, once you get here, as you've heard some of our travelers say, all you got to do is just come downstairs and just get in the car. We take care of everything else. You don't have to worry about where you're going to eat. And of course, you don't have to worry about where you're going to stay. And like I said, people have been coming here for years. We're just now, through our grassroots movements, are finding out that most of our celebrities, especially those from the U.S., have been coming to South Africa for years. They've been exposed to it. Now we're exposing you to it as well. But I will tell you, as a traveler who's been coming to South Africa for years, I have experienced a lot of these videos or things that you're seeing in the videos. I've spent a lot of time in Cape Town. We spent time obviously we live in Joburg. We've been throughout Durban, and we've been to the Drakensbergs. We've been in everywhere in between. So again, we are really excited that you are watching this video, and we're very excited that I'm sure you're going to give us a call and plan your return to Africa. It is always nice to bring that DNA back home. It is an amazing experience. So as you see, we've been coming. However, it has been rising and it's been rising. And now here we are in 2021 going into 2022, and we're going to continue to exceed what people have been doing, and we're going to continue to come to South Africa, and we're going to come to Africa. But it's been a leading destination around the world for years. And of course, what you've been hearing isn't what they've been hearing, but now you're getting it firsthand. Here's all the details right here. It's been on the top of so many lists for so long. And if you have not been, paying attention, you may have missed it. But we're putting it right in front of you. But yeah, South Africa is an amazing destination, and that's why we choose to, market directly to our people so they can see it for themselves. But again, like I said, you have to come here for yourself. You can't stay in the research department on your phones and decide, hey, this is what I need to do. So you need to come here for yourself. So stay tuned for Sharon's story. Hello, everyone. This is Mark Edward Blanton from the Real South Africa, and we also have
Dr. Latasha Blanton
from the Real South Africa, and we have one of our guests who came a long way from Chicago, and we're going to let her introduce herself because she will do it the best. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Sharon Allen from Chicago, where the snow falls.
Lots and lots of snow. You sent me a picture of some snow that was like unbelievable. Yeah, and she's tall, so when she says knee deep, she means most like waist deep for people that are my height.
Okay. But now you do have a journey to come to South Africa, and I'm sure there are those that probably feel the same way or been in the same situation. Could you somehow share your story with everyone?
Okay, so my story starts with a poem. To fling my arms wide in the South African sun, to dance and to whirl, because the white day is done. Then rest a cool evening beneath the tall tree. Evening is falling, black like me.
I love it.
That is my dream. And the Real South Africa helped make it come true. So thank you.
No, thank you.
And
that
you're
was
welcome.
gorgeous. That was gorgeous.
Yeah.
That was gorgeous. So we have been planning this for quite some time for you to get here. So
Yes.
just give everybody a little bit of background of like how you decided on South Africa, why you chose us to help you with it, and the process it took for you to get here.
Okay, my decision on South Africa came after seeing the two of you on other YouTube channels that I follow. And you know, I started watching and I was like, South Africa seems really unbelievable. And to think that we have similar backgrounds, you know, African Americans, slavery started for us in 1619 in the 1600s. The Dutch came here and they created their own kind of slavery here in South Africa with the Africans that were here. So, you know, knowing that and then seeing how far that they've progressed and we're over there still talking about Black Lives Matter, we shouldn't have to do that. That shouldn't have to be. So I felt like God was calling me home. And so seeing the Real South Africa and all that he has to offer made me really want to come visit.
Okay. Now you do have we had dinner the other night, and I'll put some footage in there about dinner and how it went. It was very well. But I found out that you actually sing.
A little bit.
She actually sings, y'all. And also you write plays, and that was impressive for people who don't write plays. You write plays.
I do.
Can you expound on it a little bit? I mean, you write plays. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm a Christian, so I write a lot of Christian plays. Some I've done one production on my own with friends, and I've done a one-woman show. It was a one act with just myself. And I do a lot of plays for church. I write for church all the time.
That's good.
Yeah, that's serious as far as I'm concerned. You know, doing what we do, and like I said, thank you for recognizing us for what we've done for you guys and you and your husband. Him who will not be named, he's not here right now. So.
Well, I have to name my husband,
Okay, go ahead.
James.
Yeah.
My husband is also an artist. He's a trumpet.
Yeah.
He plays trumpet. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's played with a lot of people.
He has.
Now, he's in a lot of bands right now, though. Like he's very busy.
They're just starting because of COVID. They tried to start up last year. He's retired now, and you know that's what he's doing.
Okay.
He's got a very impressive studio. He showed us pictures. It's pretty dope. He's got some music online, so I'll see if I can get the link for you guys so you can hear some of his stuff.
Now he also played with some pretty popular musicians in the past.
Yes.
Do you remember any of them? Because I can't remember all of them, but there were a few.
The ones that I remember, I can't remember the blues guy, But the Shy Lights, he definitely played with.
Yeah, that's impressive. Okay. So now at this point, you have been here for a little while.
Yes.
For a few days, and you got off the plane at some point at O.R. Tambo International Airport. How did that make you feel when you got here?
I felt kind of sad because it was dark.
That's right. You like the sunshine.
Okay.
And we couldn't do anything. So, but the next day was great. Yeah, I met with you guys.
You did?
And with the Harts. And it was, it was like, it was like old friends, and we just met, really.
Yeah.
We really just met.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Harts, they were wonderful while they was here and whatnot, and then it was perfect because you got an opportunity to meet, and you had, I'm not gonna say similar stories, but you had like stories to the point to where you just needed to come to Africa,
Right.
and spend some time in Africa and whatnot. Okay. Is there anything in particular that stuck out so far since you've been here?
So we went to the, what is the Dutch monument called?
The Voortrekker Museum?
I guess.
I think so. Yeah. In
Yeah.
Pretoria.
Yes, in Pretoria.
Okay.
And when we went there, what stuck out for me, when I was hearing that story, it reminded me of our story in America. And it made me, for a long time, well, a lot of the time, I'm angry about slavery and everything else that happened to us. But that kind of made me realize that all things happen for a reason. And so, it kind of made me feel a little much better about, our history and everything.
Okay, so it wasn't too different than what their history wasn't that much different than our own history.
It was not. Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna ask you to just recap, because I know when we first started trying to plan this adventure for you, or this experience for you, it was you were gonna come by yourself, and then you weren't, and then you were, and then you weren't. So how did you get to the point to where you actually got James on board?
Okay, so to start, my husband was supposed to come with me, and we went and got passports. And, because I think I talked to you
February.
before.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have our passports. So it was in the fall. Then I prepared to come for February.
That's true. That's right.
And my husband didn't want to come because of COVID. Then I asked my sister to come with me, and she said she would come, but she didn't want to come because of COVID.
Okay.
So February came, and I didn't get to come. So I made another appointment to come. I think it was in March. March came, I still couldn't come. I told them, I'm going to go by myself if you don't come. But March came, and I still didn't come. My sister said, if you go later, I'll go with you. So I planned to come a little bit later in June, and she said, you really need to have James come, and if you want to live in South Africa, because that's the plan. But so I talked him into coming, because I told him my sister was not coming, and I was going by myself, and he didn't want me to come by myself. And now he really likes South Africa. He didn't know what to expect. We are brainwashed to think that it's so poor and that animals are running around the street and all this stuff. But he's found out that everything that is offered in the United States is offered here. And there are so many expressways, I get confused. It's crazy. And more than in Chicago, I know those expressways, but these are like, you get off one, you get on another one, it's crazy.
Yeah, we have a vibrant road system here in Johannesburg. So I know some people are wondering about the infrastructure here in South Africa, and I would say especially in the cities, especially like Joburg, Durban, Cape Town, and other cities that we have here. The road systems are exactly like you said. They're pretty nice.
They are, and I think I get lost if I had to drive.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be driving anyway because it's on the wrong side. Well, I guess with the rest of the world, it is the right side, but it's the wrong side for me.
Yeah. Fair enough. But you'll get it. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think about where you're staying?
I love it. It's beautiful.
Okay.
The whole country is beautiful. The views are amazing. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
The views are totally amazing. All the mountains and, it's just breathtaking.
So it's a little different from Chicago, just a little
Oh
bit.
my gosh, yes.
Okay. Cool.
So we always ask the question as far as like, you are not a heavy eater, but you've had a chance to experience some of the food here. Is there anything that stands out? Have you enjoyed the food? Like, how are we doing on food as far as South Africa is concerned for you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the food. The beef seems like it's really, really fresh. It does.
Yeah.
Yes. In Chicago, our beef does not look like that, and it doesn't taste like that. So, yeah.
Tell them what you had in honor of.
Oh, Jerome.
Oh yeah.
If you're watching, I had lamb chops.
And they worked
They
out
were
for you.
good.
Yeah.
I think everybody had lamb that night, actually. I think
Yeah.
James even got lamb chops, and I think you got lamb
I
as
got
well.
lamb chops as well.
You
Yeah.
got lamb as well. I had lamb curry,
Yeah. Of course.
but that's just me.
So that's an ode to Jerome.
Yeah.
Lamb chops in
okay.
the morning.
So I'm under the impression, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and it's obviously we're talking very candidly here. I'm assuming that you would recommend most African Americans to spend some time here in South Africa or Africa.
Yeah. Yes, most definitely. We were taken from this country. It's our country. We need to be able to return. I know I was telling you the other day that on Goree Island, that was known as the door of no return, but an artist put a door of return. They want us to come back, and we should reclaim what's ours.
Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I was actually reading something today talking about our inheritance. We need to come in. The other guys are coming here and claiming our inheritance, and we're just sitting back not doing anything.
Yes.
And and one of the things is that we believe in the United States, and it's never going to be an old story that the Africans don't like us. They just don't like African Americans. Now, you're an African American woman, obviously. Did you feel any of that hate since you've been here?
No.
And because you've been around Africans
Yes.
the entire time. Okay,
Yes.
so tell them.
Okay, so I felt nothing but love. We went to see a condo yesterday, and I met a couple, and they were so gracious. I mean, everyone has been. Our drivers, our guides. I want to take them home with me, but I can't. But then again, I can come back here.
Yes, you can.
Yes. I have their phone numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're it was a really good time with them.
Okay, so you did feel the love.
I did.
And some people here would call it Mbutu.
Mbutu.
Yeah, you can look it up. If you're in the U.S., just look it up.
Don't even.
Yeah,
Don't.
Mbutu. Just look it up and
Correct
then,
us, people. Correct us.
Yeah, I'm
in
sorry.
spelling.
Yeah, it's all good.
I just said correct us on the spelling. I wasn't going to try to spell it, so you guys can help us spell it.
Okay.
There's something else I was going to ask you. I know when we were planning your trip, like you just wanted a little bit of time to look at properties, and you actually did have a chance to look at properties. What were your thoughts as far as like what you were able to see, what is available here, and what type of lifestyle you can live if you decide to make that transition?
Well, driving around, I saw lots of beautiful homes, but the place that I was interested in from the start was Crystal Lagoons. And that's the place that we saw, and my husband loved it. So,
Yay.
yeah. So maybe we'll be coming to South Africa maybe next year.
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah. And it's good because you guys came as tourists.
Right.
You came to see what's available, and anybody who's watched any of my videos or any of our videos, we always tell people, you don't have to figure out a way to move directly day one, day two you're living in South Africa or Africa. But I would say come as a tourist, see it for yourself, get the vibe. I'm sure you got the vibes a little bit,
Right.
And then you can start making a decision on what you want to do. You could take multiple trips. And then ultimately you can decide, okay, we're ready to leave, in your case, Chicago.
Yeah. And we got lost in the mall. The mall is so huge. We went to the Mall of Africa yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to meet the driver at entrance 8. We came from entrance 8 and we walked around the mall, and we were just walking around trying to find a way.
Yeah.
Back to entrance 8 and was lost, and poor driver was sitting out there waiting for us. But we did ask someone, we asked the right person, because we had asked people before. We asked the
they
right
were lost
person.
too.
Yeah, they were lost too.
Yeah.
So we asked the right person, and she guided us directly to the exit. And Toys R Us is closed in the U.S. Toys R Us is open here. I don't know why.
Because we got kids.
We got kids.
and
Lots of kids.
Toys R Us is the greatest.
Yeah. But see, now you are a proper South African, especially here in Joburg, because everybody gets lost in the malls.
Everybody.
Everybody. So now you're proper.
If you don't get lost, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
That's how you get your 10,000 steps in. You just get lost in the mall.
Oh yeah, we got our steps in yesterday.
Okay. So what was your impression of the mall itself?
The mall is awesome. It's totally awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. And it's, has a lot of variety of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you saw some American brands, and then you saw a lot of
Yes.
South African brands.
Yeah. I was surprised that H&M is here too. That really surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like overall you had a pretty good experience. And obviously, I'm just going to say it and see if you agree with me. Working with us made it pretty easy, easy go of it coming back to the continent.
Yes. Getting here and coming back. If not for the real South Africa, there would have been a lot of work for me to do. I didn't have to do all that, So they did a lot of arranging and did the itinerary and got drivers and everything that we needed. They did that for us. So I'm grateful.
Good.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Is there anything that you think that she needs to let people know?
I think that she has expressed pretty much the sentiments that she's been saying from the beginning, which is that she's grateful, number one, to be here, and she didn't stop at trying to get here because of some glitches and COVID and not having passports. So no, I don't think there's anything else you should really add unless you think. Unless you want to ask her a question.
What do you think about because we do have some people that are like, oh, I'm afraid. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna let you answer that question.
You can't let fear rule you, because there's actually nothing to fear but fear itself. Yeah.
Okay, so as a black woman here in South Africa, you didn't feel fear or afraid.
Oh, you talking about afraid to be out there?
Yes.
No.
Whoa.
She's like, I'm from Chicago.
No, I had to say that because sometimes, and being, like I said, we're being candid. We get people that call in, they're just afraid to be in Johannesburg or in somewhere in South Africa because they're reading a lot of reports and they're just thinking, oh, it must be really bad. Wherever I'm at in the U.S., it must be worse in Africa or in South Africa. So
I live in Chicago. People shoot in Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't think that I've not heard anything about anyone getting shot here. I walk around by myself. My husband was upstairs sleeping the other day, and I'm walking around by myself. No, I was not afraid of anything out there. No.
Okay. And one thing that that I like about being here, and I'm just letting those know that as she's walking around, they're looking at her as just another African woman.
Right.
That's here. That's returned home, but when they pass you in the street or when they see you before they start speaking to you, they just think you are another sister from Limpopo or Mpumalanga or another province. That's what they think, and then obviously when you start speaking, they realize you're from America, and then they're just they're very happy that you came home.
You're right, because when we went to Soweto, there was a guy, and I said hi to him. He said, "Oh, you're from America. I heard your accent." Then he said, "Welcome home."
And it was heartfelt, and it feels good when somebody tells you welcome home.
It does.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, but it really does.
Yeah.
Cool. So you went to Soweto.
Yes.
Okay. Any impressions on Soweto?
Well, I saw Nelson Mandela's house. I saw where he lived with Winnie Mandela, but then I saw Winnie Mandela's house also, and I learned a lot about it. So it's a nice area. Yeah, especially we had lunch there. It was very nice.
Okay, so the food was good there as well.
The food was good there. We had traditional African food, and it was good. It was really good. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the last thing I do want to ask you, because you are a history buff, kind of
Yes.
like you kind of like history. So I know you've noticed the similarities and stuff, but like overall, compared to what we've been taught and what you've actually seen here, like what kind of process has gone through in your mind from what you thought you were going to see when you got here to what you actually have experienced?
Well, since you brought up history, I didn't know I was going to get a history lesson. Yes, we got a history lesson and learned all about Soweto, all about Nelson Mandela, and how the youth, we got here the day of Youth Day, so we learned about what Youth Day was about, and how the children they started the uprising that led to the freedom that the country is having now. So it was a lot of history. It was, and I learned, it kind of opened my eyes about a lot of things. So yeah, it was.
And I love Youth Day.
Uplifting. Yeah, I bet you do.
I do love Youth Day.
Birthday.
It is my birthday on Youth Day, so I love Youth Day.
Okay. I will say that we're very proud to be able to assist you and your husband to come to South Africa. I know we had a great dinner at Signatures the other night.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did that.
Had a good time.
Yeah, it was good. We had an opportunity to fellowship. You met other African Americans that were here with you guys that you met, and I'm sure that was a pretty good experience. But coming to South Africa is life changing a little bit, and I think everybody needs to have an opportunity to experience it. So I'm glad you and your husband chose to come to South Africa.
Yes.
And yeah, for real.
And it really, opened his eyes, because there's things that he thought about Africa. And then when he, got here, he was like, they really do have everything that we have in America.
Yeah, and their culture.
Yes. And we lost our culture.
Yeah.
Which is sad. That's why you need to come back and get some culture.
Yeah. And they'll give it to you for free. No, real. They will talk to you and you will just pick it up.
That's true.
relationship. So I want to thank you for everything, including the birthday card and the birthday song you guys sung to me the other day. So I appreciate that, and I thank you for trusting us with, putting this together for you and allowing us to just show you South Africa. And I'm hoping that you will be back sooner than later, and we can make you, a part of the team, and you can be part of the expat community here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
No, definitely come back. Definitely come back. No.
Thank you.
So
We're gonna do what we can.
Yeah, tell them how you really feel.
I'm coming back. Yeah, I met
James
people
is
that
gonna
I
be the
want to
one.
keep.
Yes, you do meet people you want to keep. You're like, I wonder, how do I keep
Yes.
them? James is gonna probably be thinking about how he's gonna get back sooner than later, because he loved the music set the other night.
Oh, yeah,
He definitely exchanged numbers with some people, so I think his wheels are turning too. So you might not have to do too much convincing. So
No, he really liked Crystal Lagoon.
see, I think that's good. That's really good. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping you guys will, but we're here. So when it's time to make that transition, we will.
And it's funny because
Continue the
we're
process.
because we're here in the wintertime right now, and
is
we're
winter,
wearing
yes.
jackets, and it's winter because we're at the bottom of the earth. That's what they call it, South Africa. But it hasn't been so bad. The weather has it.
The weather's been great. In the wintertime, I sent them a picture of me with snow up to my knees and a coat.
You
So
did.
I said, I didn't want to come in the winter. I wanted to come in the summer. I wanted some warmth.
Yeah.
And Latasha said, well, all you need is a light jacket. And it's true. So this is kind of thin, but I was it kept me warm, except for when we were in the Lions Park and we were riding in the open,
open vehicle.
vehicles. And the wind was blowing
Yeah.
in the morning. So
Oh, yeah,
it
you
was
were there
morning.
this morning,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the
So
afternoon,
that means you
it
gotta get
warmed up.
closer, get a little closer, and keep warm. Yeah. Good. Well, you guys, like I said, if you can, obviously, Sharon monitors our channel, and obviously she will see this. This interview will be posted at some point. So go ahead and leave comments, any questions, anything you want to say to them, welcoming them to South Africa, especially for the first time. Just put it in the comments below, and at some point she will read them. Hopefully she'll reply to you if you say something really nice. Hopefully. But again, thank you for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate it, and we will see you guys later out there.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Real South Africa. We are so excited because we have our second interview with the Harts. They are obviously from California, but they were in South Africa for 30 days, and they had a very serious story to tell. So we actually captured that on film. So we said, let's bring it to our audience. But again, for those who are first time here, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. There's so much content. There's so much to do. Go back and look at the old videos. There's stuff there as well that you can take away. And of course, we feel that most people, especially those in the diaspora, should come to Africa, especially South Africa, because, hey, this is South Africa. Come get some. Chat with you later. That's good. All right, everyone, this is Mark Blanton, as you guys know from the real South Africa, and you probably recognize these guys. These are the Harts. Y'all can go ahead and say hello if y'all want to.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Good afternoon. Yeah.
And they did see from the first video all you guys' comments, and
Yes.
obviously you got opportunity to comment back on the video in
Yes.
reference to those comments they sent you guys. Were they favorable?
They were very favorable.
Okay.
They were awesome. I liked all of them.
Appreciated all the warm welcomes.
Okay. The only reason I brought that up because I saw some of your replies
Yes.
as well and whatnot. I think people realize that you were in ministry and all of that.
Yes. We're all in ministry, but yes.
Okay, that's true. I didn't think about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, you guys, they're obviously you saw the first video. This is the second video, and we promised that we would do a video on the way out. So they're leaving. They're woefully leaving tomorrow, going back to the United States. But hopefully, this won't be the last time that we will see them over here in South Africa and whatnot. So we're going to get their overall view. We're going to have a little short conversation about their time here. So, Arthur, I will go ahead and put it on you first.
Well, our time here, and Mark had said that, he has couples that come for 10 days. I don't see how they do it. 10 days is not enough time to, really get the feel of the place. It's enough time to make you sad when you leave. And I'm not saying that I'm not sad because we're leaving. My wife wants to stay. But, there's other things that we have to do, but we will be back. We're in transition. And the time here has been phenomenal. I mean, the people have been just welcoming, warm, and, matter of fact, we have a new daughter that has adopted herself into the family. She's, quite incredible. And, everybody's just been so loving. There's nothing that we asked for that we didn't receive. Even when we weren't looking for stuff, people would ask, can I help you? And so it's been an experience that, you really don't want to go, but you got to go.
Yeah.
But we know we're coming back. And so, we have other obligations in the U.S. that we need to take care of. But we're on a mission. We know where we've been called to. We've been called to come home. And we've been welcomed home. And I'm excited about that.
Okay, good. And of course, we're glad you had that experience and whatnot. We was fortunate enough that you can come for as long as you did and get a little bit more. As you spend more time here, obviously you're going to get even more of the experience, and eventually you'll be where I'm at. Like, wow, I've been here 3+ years, and it has been amazing, and I'm still learning more stuff about South Africa, like all the time and whatnot. But what I've been exposed to is something that I wouldn't trade in for for anything and whatnot. So now, as a woman, being here, an African American woman, who's probably more African now than American, I'm not really sure. What is your take?
My take is, for one, like I said, I don't want to leave, but I just have really appreciated being here, experiencing the people, the culture, the food, and it's just a nice place to be.
Okay.
Like I was telling Natasha, it feels right. Like she said, you just feel right. Like this is where you need to be. Okay. Hard to say the words, but it's a feeling. It's more of a feeling, more of an experience that you just have to come and experience.
Okay.
Especially the food.
This dude.
Especially the food. I mean, they got food over here that just, oh my goodness. I don't know if they have them back in the States. Chicken licking?
No, they don't have chicken licking. Tell them about chicken licking.
KFC and Popeyes? Nothing.
Does not compare.
Not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, not even close. And then, it's like, I tried the lamb chops. Love lamb chops. They were awesome. The steak. I mean, everything was just. And the one place you took us,
The meat.
You guys, I take them to the Centurion Sheznyama.
Yeah.
Nice little experience. Us that are in South Africa understand what the Sheznyama experience is, so we wanted to for them to experience it. And he asked me, one of the things, I got to bring this part up, he asked me, you know, we're picking out our meats and whatnot, and he's looking at the meat, not saying anything. There is no USDA stamp on anything. He's just looking. So I'm like, okay, we need this, we need this, we need this, because I know what I'm doing, obviously. And then he was like, we handed the food off. So I took him outside to show them, you know, where they make the food, where they cook it, and on proper scenario. And he asked me, he says, well, Mark, are they going to season the food? And I just started laughing. Of course, those that have been to a Shenyama, we know. So tell me about this Shenyama that you went to here in South Africa.
They season the food. Trust me, they season the food. You don't need anything. I mean, just a fork and a knife. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You don't need any sauce. You don't ask for nothing. It's just phenomenal. I was like, oh my goodness, I've never experienced anything like that. And, you know, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the taste of the food was fresh, and it's undescribable. You just need to get on a plane, call Mark, get on a plane, come try it out for yourself. Now, if I came for 10 days, that's all I would do is eat. But, you know, there's a lot more to it. We saw a lot of things. You know, Mark and them made sure we were taken care of. We had incredible drivers that, you know, very knowledgeable. We had tour guides. I mean, everything was all done. It was just first class all the way. And, I can't thank them enough. You know, they did an incredible job. And so if you're looking to travel, especially to South Africa, the Blantons are they're your package, because, you know, you just set it and forget it, and then they take care of the rest.
And even if you're not looking, you just need to start looking. You don't want to miss out on what's going on here in South Africa.
Okay, so let's go back to this Shenyama. Imagine you guys, we're back at the Shenyama. What was your overall experience? Because I think that you had a pretty good experience.
I did have a good experience. It, like you said, the meat, the flavor just went through the meat, and just the lounge experience, just sitting back, relaxing, enjoying time with friends, and it was good. It was all around good atmosphere.
Okay, because now obviously for those that we had pork bellies, we had chicken, steak, different steaks. We had 2 different steaks, sirloin and I can't remember the other one. I think it was rump. And then we had lamb. So all that was just on that plate that day when we was eating food. Mm-hmm. And for those that are watching, I put the picture up because I do have a few pictures of the food and whatnot. Okay. So we're happy you guys had a good time. So again, you know, I've asked this question a lot. I mean, do you think African Americans should be lining themselves up to come to South Africa?
Most definitely. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
You don't have anything to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'll come, if nothing else, you'll get a cultural experience, and you'll feel something deep within you that says, why aren't you here? You know, and there's nothing wrong with America.
Yes.
But come home and try it.
Yeah.
Because if you've never been home, how do you know? You won't know until you come.
Yes.
Fair enough. Now, at the same time, you guys had an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had the opportunity to look at some homes, do some home searches and things like that. You found some things that looked halfway where you wanted to be. Mm-hmm. Tell me about these, your experience, and then did you find anything that you liked?
Well, we found a lot that we like. I mean, trust me, you know, there's more than enough. And Mark had told us that we would find something that we liked when we first came. You know, even before we came, I have some plans in my head that I want to build, and so we found the land. We've got several choices of land, and you know, and then the houses that we've seen that we have several houses to choose from that are phenomenal. That if we bought those houses in America, it would probably be $4 or $5 million. Here, not even close. But you know, so I mean, the housing experience is just totally phenomenal. I can't say anything else for it. I mean, my wife fell in love with this one house that it was like a bird sanctuary and paradise. It was just
already
awesome.
done up.
It was already done up. Everything was already there. I mean, it was way bigger than what we needed, but the price is right.
Okay.
And the 2-story house with the basement. Of course, we're looking for single level, but that is a definite what house to have for people looking for a 2-story. But yes,
Okay.
we've seen lots of good stuff. Price is right.
Okay. Now, we you guys, we were at a store called Clicks. It's kind of like a CVS or
Yes.
like in the States or Walgreens. And I was laughing because we were in the checkout line, and then the batteries were out, and all the black hair care products were out. Everything was out. And you guys mentioned that most of the stuff will be locked up in the U.S.
Yes.
You have to ask someone to see those products. Can you explain it? Because it just came out, and I've been here for a while, so I kind of forgot. But yeah.
Well, one of the things is, like Mike said, in the Walmart in our area, I'm just going to put it like that. I'm not going to say in every area, but the hair care products for people of color are locked up, and that's really strange. I mean, they lock up everything.
A lot of stuff, the razor blades, just random stuff.
Everything is just locked up. Here, not only is stuff not locked up, but you can take your shopping cart into every different store, and nobody's checking to see if you're stealing anything. Matter of fact, everything's on the honor system. They just trust you that you didn't buy something in another store, come in another store, and just put stuff in your bag. It's like people just trust you, and that's not something that you see in America every day. And it's like, wow, it's like if you were keeping score, it would be South Africa 100, America 25. It's like, come on. I love America, but I'm coming home.
Okay. Y'all heard it here. He said he's coming home, and of course we will assist you. I think we already talking about your visa scenarios. We're working with you on that, which we'll get into. But so it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys feel a little bit more free. I mean, I know America's a home of the free and all the good stuff, but do you feel as African Americans or Africans, you feel freer here in South Africa?
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely. I've never had too many problems. Well, as I got older, I didn't have too many. As a young person, I used to get stopped by the police like a broke clock. And so, but economically, we've moved up. And so our challenges are a little bit smaller, but we still don't hear the police sirens. We don't see the police at all. I'm like, where are they? I've seen two. But, the crime that they're saying is happening, if it's happening, I don't see it. And so I know there is some here, but I haven't seen it. And, it's like I don't see people, with the drama going on. All I see is people that are having a good time, enjoying each other, and and just loving on each other. And that's what life is all about. It should be that way everywhere, not just here. It should be that way in America. We should all be loving on each other.
You got something to add to that?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay, fair enough. Give some thoughts to yourself. I think it's a good idea. So let me ask you this. Obviously you guys come from the U.S. When COVID hit, I was here. We went in lockdown, and right now we're on some levels of a lockdown, which is curfews and things like that to keep everybody safe. We wear our masks. We do all the stuff that we need to do. Do you think South Africa is handling it right now, the COVID issue, or would you feel safe coming here, knowing that COVID still exists in the world?
Yeah, I mean, It's like even though they said that COVID is increasing in the Haiteng province.
Haiteng.
That's where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, sorry, we're not feeling the effects of it. And the lockdown is no big deal because usually the time that the lockdown happens, we're already in anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It's like, oh, well, they're doing lockdown, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be in the house anyway.
Yeah.
So, but no, the way they sanitize here, please, everybody's always cleaning.
Every store is
Yeah.
Every
sanitizing.
store is cleaning. I mean, everywhere you go, people are cleaning. You know, everywhere you go, my hands are chapped because it's like you got to sanitize everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Which is no big deal. That's you should be clean like that anyway. And the mask is no problem.
In the temperature.
In the
Take your
temperature.
make
It's
sure.
like at least I know what my temperature is all the time, so I'm good.
So I think they handle it very well. I was
Okay.
kind of surprised when they went back up on the level. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they see a little move,
Yeah.
a little undulation. They say, okay, fine, let's just, and I like it because the president gets on TV and he
Yes.
talks about it.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys see
We
it.
did see
Yeah.
that, yes.
And they're not talking double talk. They're like, hey,
But he's telling it like it is.
this is what it is, and we need to do these things. And most people take the measures. Believe it or not, I know we're sitting in this spot right now, but obviously we wasn't. We were sitting over there, and you guys didn't notice. But when I closed the door, came to sit with you guys, they were actually cleaning that area.
Yeah.
Where we just were.
Right.
So they take it very seriously over here. The protocols are being followed. So I would say, and maybe you guys would say the same, that people shouldn't be saying, well, I don't want to come to South Africa because I heard the CDC says this. Unfortunately, the CDC is not here in South Africa. They got their own South African services, and they monitor it where it should be to keep all of us safe. So you shouldn't be saying to yourself, I don't want to come to South Africa.
Right.
I think in the U.S., I think there's more of an issue there. And so if you could bear being in the U.S., you would definitely bear being here in South Africa, because I don't know how many temperature checks are being done in America. So, yeah.
Did we have a temperature check in America? I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Uh,
I know the restaurants also, they obviously clean the table when you leave, but before
They
you
clean
even
the
sit
table.
down, they spray it again and sanitize it again.
Yeah.
Right. And then they sanitize before and they sanitize after. And, there's nothing wrong with, caution.
Sure.
You take precautions because I think, because of the way the president comes on and he talks to the people and he doesn't give them double talk and he doesn't run from questions and he tells it like it is. And it's a whole lot easier to deal with people when they're up front and talk to you.
Yeah.
And let you know this is what we're going through, but this is how we're going to handle it. And then we do it. One of the things that we learned about was the president here, he doesn't live in government quarters. He doesn't live in the government mansion. We went by his house.
Mm-hmm.
I see why he lives in his house. His house is way nicer than the governmental house, but
Yeah.
he lives right among the people. And that's what's so incredible about that. When you live within the people that you have the jurisdiction over. So it was it's just been an incredible experience.
Okay. So obviously you got a chance to just view the city a little bit,
Mhm.
just riding around. Even right now, we get an opportunity to view the city. I mean, this is South Africa. What is your impressions? I mean, do you have any impressions of what you've seen since you've been matriculating around the city?
Well, we mentioned our first video, just the happiness and like you said, the freedom of the people, and just how industrious, hardworking, they utilize their skills. Everybody is doing what they can to live and enjoy life, and they enjoy each other. We hear them, going to work in the morning. They're just
Singing.
happy, joyful people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I really liked was when people create jobs. Nobody's paying them, and they create jobs. They're not looking for a handout. They're looking for an opportunity, and so they will create jobs for themselves to make ends meet. And I think that's pretty good. And one of the guys, I was like, we were talking to one of our drivers, and I said, man, I would hire those guys. And he said, those guys are, drug addicts.
Mm-hmm.
But they were out there hustling and working to make whatever money to get their drugs. They wasn't waiting on somebody to hand them out. They wasn't holding a sign saying, we'll work for food, but going to get drugs. They were, working. They were, pulling the trash. They do a needed job here for society. And I'm like, wow. And he says, but somebody will pay them.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's incredible. Because in America, lazy people are just lazy people.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're on drugs or alcohol or whatever. And that's sad, but when you got people that are industrious enough to go out and work without being paid and without being asked.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of good examples of how we should be in the U.S. here in South Africa. I think most South Africans don't realize it because they're here all the time and they just see things happening and they just figure, hey, that's just the way everywhere. So when you guys come here from America, allegedly supposed to be from a superior position, so to speak, and you come here and you see what you see, and we as African Americans are amazed. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I moved here, because of what I've seen, and then the people themselves. I'm like, this is a win-win scenario. I'm already the right color. I match all the crayons in the tube in the box. I'm ready, and so that's why we do what we do. We want people such as yourself, those out there that are watching, to say, you know what, come here on a tour. I mean, 30 days is pretty significant to come on vacation, but we've had people come. We've had people coming for 3 days.
Wow.
And we've had people coming because they're like, I've been watching. I don't have a lot of time. My job won't let me off, but I can get a flight. I'm coming for 3 days. What can I do in 3 days? And they didn't sleep much, but we sorted them out. There's a gentleman here right now, believe it or not. He's here. He's here for a few days, and we set him up with a 2-day situation to where he's out right now with one of our best drivers and guides, and I'm sure he's going to have a good time. He's going to go to signatures tonight. He has no idea what he's running into, but he's smiling.
Yes, he's going to have an experience.
Yeah, and he is, and he's going to, he's never been here. He came here for whatever reason. He literally just sent me a message to say, hey, is there any way? I said, okay, I'll tell you what, this is what we can do. And we sorted him out. I haven't even met him yet, but hopefully I get a chance to meet him before he leaves. But like I said, we at the Real South Africa feel that everyone should have the opportunity, and that's why we do what we do. And somebody's going to hear you guys' testimony and say, you know what? Maybe I need to go visit and see it for myself, because I would say, and I'm sure you may say, that are you actually missing anything from the U.S. since you've been here? Because pretty much everything you need is right here in South Africa.
Yeah.
Everything's
Like I said, she wants to stay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she could call back to our friends at home and just tell them to sell everything right now. Trust me. It's like, but you're not going to miss anything. And being here will be even if it's just for a visit, it will be an experience that you will never forget.
Yeah.
And so I would say, you don't have to, be called to come here, but come. Just try it out.
Yes.
My mom always said, before you deny something, try it. If you don't like it, fine, don't do it again.
Exactly.
But at least try it.
Okay. So again, everybody who's watching, like I said, share this information. This is I'm gonna call this a movement. It's a grassroots movement to let everybody know that you do have other options. There are other things you can do. It's not just the options that they serve up to you through normal channels that we know about, and especially those in the U.S. and obviously those that are Afro-Caribbean, those in Brazil, everywhere you find us, those that are European descent, that are obviously melanated. I think you will find Africa, especially South Africa, home. You would feel that.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to do anything special. Just get off the plane, and then of course we'll take it from there. And then ultimately, you would just feel like you're at home.
Yes.
And whatnot.
We are.
I like that.
We are.
I like that.
We're home. I mean, we have two homes. We have one in America, but we have our home that we're settling in here.
Yeah.
And it's like I just can't wait for them to break ground and start building. And we'll be back for that too.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to say, Jack?
Just with the COVID thing, that was the one thing that I was thinking to myself that I kind of regret that we didn't see it pre-COVID, because there were things that were not open because of COVID, and things that are not happening, like you said, at the mall where they would usually gather and have the dances and stuff. So that was my only regret, but COVID will go away one day.
Oh yeah, it will. It will. We gotta be safe on this.
Yeah.
I think on this side we're being very, very safe.
Yes.
When I watch the TV and I'm looking at CNN and MSNBC and all the channels, it to me it just doesn't look safe in the U.S. It just, to me, somebody might not like that I said that, but that's fine. Here I feel safe. And so forth. Most people that I know feel safe here. All the travelers that come here, they're side asking me, "Wow, did they do this everywhere in South Africa? Did they sanitize everywhere? Did they check your temperature everywhere? Did they do this everywhere?" Yes. And one thing that if you here in South Africa, you have COVID, people they actually go home and recover. Before they come back, out here, because everybody's kind of, taking care of everyone and so forth. But I will tell you that there is a lot more to Johannesburg that you need to see.
Yes.
Obviously, there's the other cities, so you will have a myriad of experiences, and they will be completely different everywhere. I mean, all these South Africans that are watching right now will tell you every little village, every province, every major city, and they have more than the three that we talk about or that's been talked about. They have a lot, and they're just different. Even the Sheshenyamas are different everywhere you go.
Oh, we have to try those.
Exactly. they're just different.
Okay.
So, but we do appreciate the Harts giving us their truth, their story, and whatnot. It's not an easy thing to sit back and try to recount, and the camera's rolling and saying, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is what's going on." But like I said, we do appreciate it, and those that are watching it, I'm sure they appreciate it. So you can leave your comments in the bottom. We will appreciate that as well. And then, like I said, let's start this movement, and let's start coming back to Africa. And if you want to come to South Africa, the real South Africa has you covered. Thank you.
Well, one last word from me.
Oh, one more last word. Bring it back. Bring it back.
To all of those that are watching this that made comments, I really appreciate the comments, and I really appreciate you guys being welcoming and open. And I really thank you, and I really do hope to get a chance to meet you, and sit down and break bread. That's it for me.
And I just look forward to coming back as soon as we can.
Hello everyone, this is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa, and welcome back. We really appreciate you guys watching our videos, sharing, and of course subscribing to our channel. We just want you guys to know that we do what we can to show you what's really going on here in South Africa. Today we have a really special episode that we really enjoyed putting together for you guys. We had the opportunity to talk to one of our travelers, Ken James, who was here, and now he's back in the DMV, but he had a really good conversation with us, and to also be where we were at level 7 was awesome. So go ahead and stay with us and watch this video, and you will enjoy. Hello everyone again, this is Mark Blanton, and we just wanted to bring you all the sights and sound of what's going on here and what's real here in South Africa. Currently, we are at level 7 restaurant here in Kempton Park, right here in Johannesburg, which is also located in South Africa. This place here was absolutely amazing. and we had the opportunity to obviously meet the owner, had a great conversation, and at the same time, we just wanted to show you this is what the real South Africa is really about. We do talk about luxury, and we do talk about it a lot. However, sometimes, we got to get, lost in the other things, but we just wanted to bring it back. But this right here is the actual real South Africa. This is something that we provide for you guys as a travel and tourism company, bringing you guys all the way from America and other parts of the world where you find the African diaspora. So we would love for you to come and enjoy what Africa has to offer, especially if you never had the opportunity to be in Africa. Think about it. This is the softest landing spot on the continent here in South Africa. And to be able to enjoy, what us Africans should be enjoying is right here. So that's why we do what we can to show you what's available. And of course, Ken, he absolutely enjoyed the cigar bar. So at this point, we just wanted to show you the entire restaurant. It is on the 7th floor of the Radisson, and the restaurant is the entire 7th floor, hence the term or the name level 7. Of course, you can actually come up and relax. You don't have to check in or do anything like that. But what you can do, there are the views, and like I said, they're awesome, especially on a nice summer day or a nice clear day. The whole cabana area, you could just come up and relax. Of course, order some food, order some drinks, and the pool here is actually heated. So if you just feel like you need to take a dip, then go ahead and bring your bathing suit or your costume, as we say here in South Africa, and just come up here and just spend the day. The owner is a very strong restaurateur. He has another restaurant which we frequent a lot called Signatures. But again, this is what the real South Africa is all about. It's a luxury brand. We are a luxury brand, and we bring you everything that South Africa has to offer. So we did the outside portion. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took it all in. You can always rewind this video and go back. Now at this point, we're going to go on the inside and take a look at one of the areas. This is kind of like this is a bar area where you can come and of course have drinks. It's extremely nice, especially if it's a little, windy outside or a little cool. You can always come inside, have your dinner, or you can have your lunch, and you can even have your breakfast here as well. So we came for lunch. It was just an absolute overall great experience and a great time. And this is what you can actually do here in South Africa. A lot of people don't, picture Africa having these types of amenities, but we have them here in South Africa. And this is one of the newest, and this is one of the nicest. Of course, this is on the rooftop. There's not a level higher than this. Now, as we move forward, we're going to the dining area. Now, this here is absolutely incredible. There's wines from around all around the world and from around South Africa. A lot of you guys don't know, but South Africa is probably one of the biggest wine producers in the world. They rival Italy and of course Napa Valley all the time. But can you imagine just being here, having lunch or having dinner, getting top-notch service in a location just like this? I mean, it's almost unheard of in the Western world for black people to be able to enjoy themselves to this level. You have live music, somebody's providing that for you, and you just get to get the best service. And of course, you are in a black-owned establishment, so it just makes it better. Now, this here is what we call the cigar bar. You got all your Courvoisiers, you got all your different types of liquors, and of course you have a perfect bartender that can make you some of the most exquisite drinks that you can possibly think of. They're all made with love. Let's just say that. This is South Africa. Now, you can sit here with your friends. You don't have to make a reservation. You just come in sit down with your friends, or make new friends, and over a drink. And of course, you can always get a Cuban cigar while you're here as well. People travel from all over the world to come to South Africa. So if you're in the United States per se, and you say, "Well, I've never heard of South Africa," well, you're in a minority, because most of the world comes here, and they come to locations like this, and this is why they exist. You can actually rent this room out right here that we're taking a look at right now, for your friends. You can have the host both sides, or you can just break it down to one. So that means you can come for special occasions as well. And of course, if you are already in South Africa as a South African, you can actually come and rent this place out as well, or come just enjoy. At the end of a long day, you're a little tired, or better yet, there's a big football game coming on, or a soccer match, or whatever you want to call it. You can come in with your friends. There's TVs on the wall. You can smoke your cigars. You can have your cognacs. You can have your wine. I mean, this is what we do, and this is what we did with Ken. Ken came here. He did a lot while he was in South Africa. He went to the other restaurant called Signatures, but he also came to Level 7. He liked the environment. Being in the DMV, he didn't really get that experience. But we really want you guys to stay with us, and we want you guys to, hear his story. So it's coming up next. So just make sure you stay tuned. And of course, we would love for you guys to subscribe to our channel for more stuff that we show you here about in South Africa. And at the same time, we want you guys to travel here, and so you can always use our company, The Real South Africa. We're easy to find on the internet. Just go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and then of course you can always send us a message and say, you know what, I want what I saw on The Real South Africa. And then of course go to our YouTube channel. You'll be surprised on what you find there as well. So without further ado, go ahead and sit down, because Ken is coming up next, and we really appreciate him telling his story and letting everybody know what's real here in the South Africa. This is Mark Blanton from The Real South Africa, as you guys already know. And I think you guys met this guy before. I think his name is Ken.
Yeah, it's Ken.
It is? You sure? He is so ready to get back to the DMV, it doesn't make any sense. I don't think he had a good time here at all. Can you explain to these people why you didn't have a good time here in the Republic of South Africa?
Now, I remember us before we started this. You said real talk. You said real talk. So yeah, okay. Now I'm just messing with you. Contrary to what Mark just said, I am having a wonderful time. I had a wonderful time.
Good.
I hate that word "had" because that means it is almost ending.
Yeah.
So, real talk.
Yeah.
Beyond my family.
Wait a minute. Are you sure we're going?
Yeah, real talk.
All right.
Beyond my wife, beyond my kids, beyond family members back in my hometown. I'm a little bit distraught. I don't want to go back. But with that being said, I know it must be done. It's home, but I tell you, this has felt much like home. I hate to use the word spiritual, but it's just, there's a feeling of being home here that you only feel if you go. And I've actually totally enjoyed myself. From the amenities to the people, to the surroundings, to just
because
like
you met
I said,
a few people since you've been here.
Absolutely. I've met a number of people, influential people, normal people, all of which have been wonderful and authentic. Just great people to be around. And like I said in the initial video, it's us.
Yeah.
So.
So now you said
I'm sad to go.
But you said you met some people. Tell me about these people. They were what?
So
I thought they was golfers or something like that.
Some were golfers. Yeah. Some were ambassadors. Some were past ambassadors. Some are business owners, restaurant owners. As a matter of fact, this one that we're standing in is owned by a gentleman we just met. Yeah. But I've actually attended his restaurant on a couple of occasions. And I guess
But no, tell them about the restaurant now. Wait. He's supposed to only went to this restaurant once because we normally try to schedule things for you guys. But how many times did you go?
So I went to this restaurant, Signature.
Yeah.
Was it twice, and one on the way
that we know of.
Yeah. So one time I was on the way, but we ended up coming to its other restaurant, which we're in right now, which is totally immaculate and totally wonderful.
It's called Level 7. It's here in Kempton Park.
Right.
For those that are South Africans, you guys like to come to nice locations. It's fairly new. It's been around for a little while. But the restaurateur has been doing restaurants for over 20 years. So this one's nice. They got a rooftop pool as well. So
absolutely. So it's been a great time. I recommend anyone that's interested in coming to see Mark and Latasha Blanton to get everything planned out. And if you're like me, you know, you can just buy you a plane ticket and just come on out. But we understand that. But this has been a wonderful time, and I absolutely thank you.
Good. I'm glad he's appreciative because, like I said, we do put a lot of work into trying to find good locations, places to stay. Because where you're staying is pretty decent, right?
Absolutely. I'm at the Vantage in the Rosebank area. It's been a great stay there. Great apartment, great location, close to shopping, close to restaurants. Yeah. Close to where everything is going on. So
a good little breakfast in the morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's been a wonderful time, man. I mean, I can't wish for anything better other than a second trip or a third trip or maybe just to move on out here. You know what I mean? So it's been a great time.
But it's good when people come out, they get an opportunity to see it. Then they can say for themselves, okay, now I have a new target. Maybe I was planning on that retirement home in Arizona. Something like that. I mean, people do. We get all kind of messages, and actually, at one time, I was thinking about Arizona as a resting spot. Yeah. But South Africa can give you new life, and so forth. And people say, what people say here is, why not? You know, why not? You know, come here, do these things, and enjoy what South Africa has to offer. So I think you've had enough cigars, Cubans, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Cuban. All Cuban.
Okay.
Now I think about it.
Yeah. The food was good.
Absolutely wonderful.
And the bourbon was
perfect.
Was okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect bourbon.
Oh my God.
I did have one today. Yeah. Perfect bourbon. I had one today. So yeah. Great bourbon. Great wine. Great everything really. I mean, I haven't had one bad meal. I haven't had one bad drink or anything. It's been all immaculate. Okay. All great.
Now you had a chance to go look at some houses as well, and then I think you had an opportunity to talk to the business guys to give you some guidance on which way to go, and obviously they're going to assist you. I think he sent you an email today.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So I've been to two communities, if you will. One being a golf community. And we all know about one of them. If I can mention it, it's the Blue Valley, tremendous estate, tremendous golf community that I had the pleasure of going to visit yesterday, and saw a wonderful house, 4-bedroom house that was just immaculate. And so that community in itself provides everything you need, from spas to clubhouses to stores, everything. You really don't need to leave the estate, but obviously you will, because there's so much to see in and around that area. I'm looking forward to making moves there.
So let me ask you this: so in comparison to some of the other places you've traveled to, as far as international travel is concerned, where would you put South Africa in that list?
I would say number one. I mean, it's no hands down. I mean, it's been number one. I've been to a number of Caribbean countries. I haven't been to Europe, although I mean I flew through Europe. But this is by far number one. By far. That's the only way I can put it. I mean, it's number one.
Okay. And so, were you on a resort the whole time, where you only can stay on the resort, or you got opportunity to go other places?
That's a great point. That's a great
I
point
don't
because,
know.
in my opinion, South Africa is one huge is one huge resort
Yeah.
with common people and common prices and organic individuals. So you get the how can I say? I suppose you get the environment that you want. What was it? The resort environment that you want.
Yeah, but you get it everywhere.
Yeah, you just get it everywhere.
Yeah.
That was the brandy kicking in for a second.
Yeah. What he does. But because everywhere you go is always somewhere nice, and somewhere then you go somewhere else, is somewhere even nicer, and it's mostly us sitting there, mostly affluent. Good people, not always affluent, obviously, but good people, good South Africans that are willing to talk to you. I think earlier we was down in Soweto, and then we're in this location here. Obviously, you'll see all this in the video, but I think this is an experience. So, do you think everyone? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we're of age. Do you think most of us should have this experience?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we talked about this earlier because. You just don't know what you don't know. And I was mentioning that my journey sort of started by watching your videos, but we talked about tangible and intangible. You see something, and until you actually, are able to be there and get a feel for it, it's really just going to be intangible, which is, that's not what you want. You want to take some action. You want to get out here and see it. So, this is. I recommend this for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you had an opportunity to go anywhere else, to include South Africa, where would you go?
South Africa. I mean, come on, South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a loaded question. I just wanted you to give another opportunity and whatnot. Is there anything in particular that stood out on this trip for you? Anything in particular?
Anything in particular that stood out? This whole entire experience has just been amazing. I really can't give you anything that, like, one thing in particular that stood out. I think it was the initial landing, just saying, "Oh, wow, I'm in Africa." That was amazing. And then just walking around town and just, it was just amazing. I mean, the sunsets,
and those things you probably didn't really notice before. Now you get here and you start noticing different stuff. So
and you just look around and you see the mountains, you just see everything that's wonderful that you didn't know existed, quite frankly, because all you've seen is what you've seen in shows and some of the stuff that you might see on regular television in the States. So once you get here, you'll be amazed at just about everything that you see, really.
And I guess the last question, my finale question. So what's the real South Africa to you at this point?
The real South Africa is, in a word, paradise. It's paradise. Well, you know what? For you religious folks out there, I won't use the word paradise. I'll just say it's a dream. It's a wonderful dream that once you get to that dream, you really don't want to wake up. So I'm kind of experiencing that, I guess, tomorrow when I fly out, which is going to be a sort of a nightmare, if you will, but we'll work it out.
Yeah.
We'll work it out and we'll get back into this dream and live it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you guys, we do appreciate Ken deciding to tell his story, his journey. A lot of you guys, are going to watch this and you're going to wonder. So, but you can always leave comments in the bottom. I think Ken will be monitoring the airwaves, the frequency, and he may reply. And if you got a question, you can always ask us as well. We can definitely answer it. But it was kind of expected. The type of individual he is, the person who's looking for something beyond, what he was experiencing every day in not Northern Virginia, but in in Southern Maryland, the DMV. There is always more, and he came here, and I'm going to say, put a check there and say that he found it. So you could be next. Just give us a call at the on our number. Go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and you'll find our information, and then just contact us. And I think it all started with just a conversation at first, right?
Yeah, just a conversation.
Yeah, just an email, and it
Email.
went back and forth.
Yep.
And then we got your information. You said what you were looking for. We put it together for you, and that can happen for you too. So hope to see you soon here in sunny South Africa.
Indeed.
All right, guys. My name is Mark Edward Blanton from the Real South Africa, and we just wanted to let you know that there is an avenue to get to South Africa. It's through our company. We're based in Johannesburg. That really helps you out because we have locations like this that can definitely help you enjoy your time here. We sort out all your lodging, all your activities. We sort out everything for you because you don't want to be sitting here trying to figure out where you're going to go next. We take care of all that for you. So the best thing I can tell you to do is just reach out to us at The Real South Africa. Our website is www.therealsouthafrica.com. And then, of course, info@therealsouthafrica.com. And that'll help get you here, too. So go ahead and let's start your journey to South Africa today.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.